Okay, welcome to the RedZone primer that I have put together here for our class looking at RedZone. So here is what we'll do. We're going to look at the first page, and this is the Introduction to Philosophy, or Philosophy 101. Here we have the very first page is the main page you'll come to every time. And then in it, a variety of things you can do here. You can go to the roster or look at some study tips or go to other things, obviously. Your coursework is where all of your assignments will be. So that's where we'll be going at different times. Let's look at the different pages on this page. One, if we go to the study tips here, how to do well in the course, think is the big thing, and that's true with any kind of college course. But going on, we have the roster, and in this has all the people and who's in the class. You can email them through RedZone, and I just want to say when you do email me to make sure you address me and who you are and what class you're taking, so that I don't get confused or have to look up a bunch of different class members of different classes. Okay, if we're going on, we can look at the syllabus. At this point, we're touching this side. I am calling all of these portals. And the RedZone page is my way of terming those different arenas. Then you click on the syllabus, it'll download it into your computer, then you can open it up and look at it as often as you would like. You can see it tells me who has downloaded what, how many times, that sort of thing. I want to remind you, when you are given me in the coursework, I'll show you this in a second. Make sure they're all downloaded in RTF so that I can read them. The things that you upload to a RedZone, it'll be best to be RTF. Okay, going on. You can go to the MLA guidelines for all the papers. This will give you, and you click on this piece of paper right here. It's an image. This is what it will look like. It's going to give you this particular image with your last name, and this is an example for you to follow. Everything you see is double spaced from the very top all the way through the whole material. The page number with your name right before it, just your last name, and then addressing me, and then the class we're in. I, like I said, teach several classes, so it can be New Testament survey or philosophy, it could be ethics, or it might be comparative world religions. But here is January, or whatever the date is. It's going to be June something or July. And this gives you, if you click on this document, it'll tell you exactly where to find these things in a Word document up on your page, and it shows you how to get them. A lot of people make the mistake of having these things be different. They're not double spaced, or they'll put 1.5 or have different numbers than the body of the material. And the whole body of the work should be the same as the heading. Okay, now when we go to the discussion board, we're back over here. You click on it, it's going to come show you something like this. This is what it shows me. So I'm sorry I don't have what you have exactly. Sometimes you might have to go to a forum home, and then it'll ask you to do a new post. Click in there and answer the questions that I present. Introduce yourself. Reply to other people's posts. That's always a safe thing. If you want to get to know people, just say hi. That's good. Again, you can click here to the course mates. It's the same thing as the roster. You can email people through that. Then we've looked at coursework. But to here, again, to mention it, I guess all I've done is mention it. Here is looking at the coursework. This is what it's going to look like. Things that are done, things that you have yet to do. It'll be open. If for some reason something isn't open, email me. I may not get to it that day. I do have a full-time job and I'm teaching a lot of different classes, so it's a challenge, but I'm getting there. You want to be sure to do the syllabus quiz, the required attendance quiz. It's just a single question. And then all the other things. It's a point system, and all of my coursework, all your assignments are due on Monday night at 11:55 at the very latest, and they are due on Thursday night at 11:55. That would be tonight. Of course, if you're watching this video on a Tuesday night, it's not tonight. If you're watching it on a Sunday or Saturday night, it's not tonight. It is on Thursday night or Monday night at 11:55 p.m. I would suggest to do your coursework, all your assignments early, so if there's problems, you can work with that. So, and on the left here, all these different portals. You're looking at the grade book. You can see where you stand, the discussion board to get into things, coursework as well, because that's what some of the discussion board will be here and you'll be seen through this. These are just pictures of what is done on RedZone. And this is just another picture to give you an idea. Here's the introductions. You click on that, it'll take you right to the discussion board question for that particular lesson. I want to point out that we're doing 15 lessons in 8 weeks. We're going through a lot of material, so be sure to read your stuff, keep on top of things, and it'll go well. We're only looking at logic for this first week, first a little bit, and then we're going to be going into some ethics and some other things throughout the rest of the time. Alright, the next page, it will show you what we are looking at for the full course of the semester. We are looking at ethics, free will, the idea of autonomy, the mind, whether your mind is connected to your body, and all sorts of questions. Philosophers like to break things down and really fine-tune the question, get very specific. So some people can really aggravate you by doing that too much. We don't want to be an aggravation to our friends, but sometimes it's kind of fun to point out their misuse of language. And it's a challenge. In ethics, there's an ethical idea about how well language actually does communicate. And there's a philosophy or a normative theory in ethics that suggests that language is inadequate. But at any rate, we'll look at that just briefly. And then we'll discuss God. Mind, free will, and ethics are the main things. Of course, we start out with argumentation and logic. That pretty much covers RedZone, and it should help you understand what is expected in this course and in the assignments to come. I hope this helped you out with RedZone as well.